Investigate. First, I better check the Monokuma file. The victims were Hifumi Yamada and Kiyotaka Ishimaru. I'll never forget you, Taka. The cause of death for each of the two was a blow to the head. It is thought that they were both killed with a similar weapon. Dots. That's it? Yeah, that's pretty strange. We got way less information this time than before. Yeah, there's no time of death. But it's no problem after all. The events of this case unfolded before our very eyes. We should know more about what happened than the Monokuma file could anyway. Maybe, but then why wouldn't it state it? If it's not important, why would it not state it? Think about it. Obviously, the time of death must be important. Dots. There's something else that's bothering me. Someone else has been missing for quite a while. Kyoko and Hiro. Are you talking about Kyoko? Without a doubt, she has an alibi for when Celeste and Hifumi were attacked. But what if the killer wasn't acting alone? What if they had an accomplice? An accomplice? An accomplice? What are you doing here? Don't be rude. I'm here to answer your question. What question? You're talking about accomplices, right? I'm pretty sure I explained it before, didn't I? During the first class trial. Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear if there is an accomplice. Do you also become the Blackened? So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murderer is allowed one accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate. So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it. Then there's no way anyone would work together, right? Poor Mondo. I miss Mondo already. So basically, you can only have an accomplice if you want, but there's no gratification in it. So you're saying nobody worked together this time either. I don't think that's what he's saying. I think he's just saying that there is an accomplice, but they did it willingly, knowing that they would never benefit from it. Sorry, that can't be answered. It would obstruct the free exchange of information between you guys. I just want to make sure that you don't forget, no matter how much you might assist in a murder, only one Blackened can graduate. An accomplice gets nothing. Then we only need to figure out we only need to figure out who that one Blackened is that did the killing, right? Just like normal. Okay, let me take this opportunity to clarify the whole shebang. In this class trial, what you need to determine is the one true Blackened who devised the murder plot and put it into action. The true Blackened, so just one person. That's enough for explainifying. Now it's down to the final battle between all of you and the Blackened. Good luck to all the contestants. So there can only be one Blackened. An accomplice wouldn't benefit. Then I can't see any way Kyoko would ever be connected to this case after all. You may be right. If that's true, then Kyoko, where are you? As long as she's not connected to the case, it doesn't matter. Let's get back to the investigation. I have absolutely no doubt that Hiro is responsible. But for the time being, I suppose it can't hurt to pursue further information. You know, I don't think we should consider a certain someone as a suspect just in case. I'm talking about the murderous fiend Genocide Jack. What? I'm offended! Huh? You, when did you... I've been looking all over for you, Master. When I woke up, you were nowhere to be found. Dots. Anywhere, there you are, milk sack swimmer girl. Milk sack? What, do you gotta suspect me? Well, I mean, you are a serial killer. So what? I'm like special guest suspect every time. I have an alibi, you know? Yeah, she passed out, right? And also, she was with Byakuya the whole fucking time. There's no way. If we can deduce that Byakuya didn't do it, then she didn't do it. She's right about that. When we heard Hifumi scream, she was with me. And when the bodies disappeared, she was still lying unconscious in the equipment room. Plus, Taka's body aside, I can't imagine any way she would have been able to move Hifumi's body. Besides, I calculated every move I make. I'm not going to kill someone when everyone knows what I look like. You don't call me a murderous fiend for nothing. That's not the kind of thing you should be bragging about. I love Jill so much. On the other topic, we should post guard by the bodies like before. We can't have them disappearing again. Hina, I can handle that. You don't mind, do you, Hina? Sure, I'd be totally useless on an investigation anyway. Then let's start. Let's begin. This whole thing is so strange. All but one of us has an alibi, so figuring out who did it should be obvious, right? But, maybe it's just me, but I don't think it's going to be as straightforward as it seems. Exactly. Well, obviously the mallets came from here. They're all hammers of different sizes hanging on the wall, although some of them are more like mallets. Mallets! That's it! I'm getting me mallet! Could the Justice Hammers have been designed using this as a model? Either way, all the hammers have been obviously seen a lot of use. They're all covered in debris and chalky stone powder. Wait! For some reason, this one hammer isn't dirty at all, and it's wet. Did someone wash it recently? Spotless hammer. Taka. He'll never move again. According to the Monokuma file, Taka died from a blow to the head. We found Justice Hammer 4 near the body in the equipment room. Is that what it was used to kill him? And there's a tarp laid out under his body. Did the killer use this to move Taka's body? Probably because they didn't want to track blood. That way, there wouldn't be any blood left behind while the body was moved. Blue tarp has been added to the bullets. Hifumi's big cold body is laying on the floor. His really big body. I mean, how on earth was the killer able to move something so big? The nurse's office where he was discovered here to the repository. All the way from the first to the third. And all that without anyone noticing it. How the hell? Dots. It's no good. I just don't get it. I can think about it later. For now, I just have to finish investigating Hifumi himself. If I remember correctly, Hifumi's fatal injury was also a blow to the head. Probably from Justice Hammer 3, which was laying on the floor in the nurse's office. Huh? Wait! Something's off about his body. Why am I getting this feeling? Something's different. Something about Hifumi's body in the nurse's office versus his body now. His glasses are clean. Do you see that? Remember his glasses? They were all bloodied. Like the blood splatter's different. See? It's different. Like the blood like covers all through his face. That's it. His glasses. When his body was in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But now they're completely clean. Does that mean someone wiped his glasses off? But who would do that and why? This is probably what was used to move Taka. It's a dolly that doesn't have a handle. I saw this in the art room before. I guess it's used to move statues around. It's kind of awkward, but if you bent down, it's not too hard to use. Huh? But wait! Wasn't this in the equipment room where I found Taka's body? And look at the wheel. There's a blood stain on it. So there's blood on the wheel from the dolly that was used to move the equipment room to the repository. What's the explanation for that? It was probably used to move Taka. Repository doll. I guess talk to people? Let's talk about Taka. Do you have anything to say about when you discovered Taka's body? Byakuya, do you think Hiro really did it? I don't see how anyone could think otherwise. When the attacks and murders had all and disappearances all happened, every one of us had an alibi. And the last thing Hifumi said when he died, he said Hiro's name. Then there's no room to suspect anyone else. Okay, but if he did do it, why would he hide his identity with that weird costume? Maybe he thought that no matter what happened, he'd be safe as long as his face was covered. Because he's a fool of the century, you see. I mean, he is kind of dumb. But do you really think that's enough to explain it? I feel like there's a clue hiding in there somewhere. And is that it? That's all that bothers you about this case? Well, no, there are a few other things. Like, why did the killer try to hide the bodies? They probably figured that if we could find them, find the bodies, we couldn't complete our investigation. But if that's the case, we found the bodies pretty easily, didn't we? Again, it comes back to the fact that the culprit was a moron. I mean, he is stupid, but the thing is, I don't think he's the culprit. This is too planned out and risky, because you, like, in the process of moving bodies, you could get caught. I don't think Hiro did it. I feel like he'd be too... I'm not trying to diss Hiro, but I think he'd be too stupid to, like, do all this without being caught. Is that really all there is to it? Dots. The other thing that bothers me is, why did they bother killing 2 people? What? Because all the rule says if you kill someone and get away with it, you graduate, right? So if you're the killer, your #1 priority is not getting caught. But killing 2 people means more clues, more chances you'll get found out. Hold on. Perhaps I see. So that's what that means. Is everything okay? Dots. Don't talk to me as if we're friends. Huh? What's with the attitude? But you have my appreciation. Thanks to you, I might have some fun with this after all. His mysterious words hung in the air as he left the repository. I think now he's starting to discover maybe like Hiro didn't do it and there's more to it than that. He talked as if he'd figured something out. But if he did, would it have killed him to tell me what it was? Okie dokie. Don't know how much of that I'll leave in because that was pretty long and that just kind of readdressed everything that happened. Hey Makoto, I've been thinking about something. It's about the repository. Huh? What is it? After Hifumi and Taka's bodies disappeared, we split up to look around, right? I was really scared, so me and Sakura stuck together. And we came right to the repository to, you know, look around. But when we got here, the repository was locked. We couldn't get inside. Yeah, I noticed that. It was locked. And when we came here as soon as as the search started, and we came here as soon as the search started, so there's no way someone could have beat us here. So if that's true, then who locked it? And why is it unlocked now? I wondered the same thing. So someone was in there. There was someone in there, because obviously it was locked and became unlocked. Meaning oh, I just smacked the mic. I don't know if that's going to pick up. Meaning someone was in there doing the body business while we were searching for them. So potentially whoever was in the room at the time specifically was probably most likely the killer. The door was locked when we search for the bodies began, but now it's wide open. There might be some secret lurking in there, but I'd probably have to leave this area to figure it out. There's only one way out of this room, through the door that Hina said was locked before. There's definitely a lock on the door, but it can only be locked from inside the repository. I don't see any other way to lock it from the other room. The door can only be locked from inside the repository, which makes me wonder. Hina and Sakura confirmed that the door was locked after we started looking for the missing bodies, and the door is designed so that it can only be locked from inside the repository. In other words, when Hina checked it, someone had already gone into the repository and locked the door. When they were done, they unlocked it and left, which is why it's unlocked now. But Hina claims that there's no way someone could have beaten them to the repository. So that certain someone... Repository door. There's got to be a clue around there somewhere. Maybe I should check somewhere else. There might be some places that I already know about. First, the nurse's office where Hifumi was found, then the equipment room where Taka was found. There's some kind of tire mark going through the pool of blood in the middle of the room. That reminds me, about the dolly in the repository, there was blood on its tire. Could that blood have come from here? Which means that Taka's body was moved from the equipment room to the repository using the doll. Both rooms are on the 3rd floor, so it could definitely have been possible. Equipment room bloodstain. But even if the dolly was used to move Taka's body, what about Hifumi? Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office on the 1st floor. You can't get it up the stairs. Even with the dolly, there's no way you could get up to the 3rd floor. That's still a total mystery. It's probably the tarp that was used. Huh? This tarp. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before, and just recently too. Oh, yeah, on his body. Justice Hammer 4, the weapon that was used to kill Taka. The body was moved, but the murder weapon was just left here. Do you have anything to say? I was sleeping right here when the killer carried the body away. I'm super pissed. I missed such an ultimately rare event. Well, that didn't help me. Goddamn. Oh, looks like you're back here. It's just a normal trash can. Huh? Wait, there's something inside. It's too small to be a handkerchief. It's a glasses cleaning cloth. And it's got some kind of cartoon character on it. Ah, but it's also covered in blood. Ah, did you find something? Yeah, there was a cleaning cloth in the trash can. A cleaning cloth? It's all bloody. Whoever this belonged to must have used it to wipe up some blood. But who would need to do something like that? I haven't the slightest idea. Yeah, me neither, but I think it might be important. Glasses cleaning cloth. A refrigerator. I wonder if there's anything to drink inside. See, there is Coca-Cola. After everything I've been through, I'm totally parched. Maybe just a quick peek. Dots. There's a bunch of blood packets in here. For blood transfusions, I guess. It doesn't bother me, though. I'm not a vampire. What are you investigating, Celeste?
I'm not investigating anything, precisely speaking. I'm simply going around, seeing if Hiro might be hiding somewhere. What about you?
Oh, you know, I'm just checking this and that. The main thing on my mind is how someone could have moved Hifumi's body.
How Hifumi was moved, eh?
When it disappeared, you were supposed to be in the nurse's office, right?
Correct. Hiro was not feeling well, so I stayed behind to look after her. But she seemed to be getting worse, so I took her to the bathroom.
And when you got back, the body was gone?
We could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, then.
Yeah, Hina said the same thing. So then the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in a short amount of time?
It would seem so.
It's kind of hard to believe. I'm not trying to say like, oh, you know, Hifumi's large and in charge and he won't be able to, you know, but also I'm cracking open a brand name beverage if that's okay with y'all. That's some good shit. Alright, sorry. No, you know, I don't want to say he's heavy, but like, I don't think, like, the only one probably capable of moving him that fast at his current weight would be Sakura. I'm pretty sure all of us would not be able to move a body like his that fast. I don't think any of us moved it. I'm thinking there's a different route here. To carry someone off as big as Hifumi in only a couple of minutes is, I can't think of anything less than impossible. Celeste's account. Not to mention that he's also, like, you're probably adding a whole nother, like, 2 people on top of, like, your visibility. So, like, obviously it's probably 10 times easier to get caught trying to move his body. So this is where you were. I've been looking for you.
Is he gonna come out as gay now? Are you coming out of the closet? I'm just kidding.
You have? I wanted to thank you for what you did. Not that you meant to, but you ended up making this little game of ours very interesting indeed. You should go to Hiro's room. Oh, and let me give you this. Meeting in the dining hall. This is the note Hiro wrote to get us all to meet up, right? You remember well. Well, the penmanship is pretty remarkable, so it left an impression. Anyway, this makes it clear, right? This is a trap. What is? Things grow ever more exciting. What are you talking about? I've already repaid my debt. I don't owe you any more explanation. Goodbye. Yashihiro's message. So he said go to Hiro's room, but what's waiting for me there? Well, I don't know. Let's go find out. Am I like allowed? Is Monokuma gonna like open up his room for me or some shit? I guess if it hinders progress of investigation, then the door is unlocked. What? I guess I can go inside. Byaku's did say to go look. It might be a great idea, but it might not be a great idea, but I'm gonna take the plunge. No, it's definitely very spiritual in here. This is Hiro's room. There's all kinds of weird stuff in here. Where did he even get all this from? More importantly, he still hasn't tuned up. Which means I can't really complain if I don't get his permission to search his room, right? I mean, yeah, we just kind of barged in here, probably sniffing his panties or some shit. I think there's something in the cardboard box. Uh-oh! It's blueprints for something, and some things made out of, it looks like cardboard and plastic, cardboard, plastic, and plaster. Is this Robo Justice? And it's in Hiro's room. But wait, these blueprints, something about them bothers me. The penmanship isn't the same. Looks like some 12-year-old wrote it. Actually, I'm sure 12-year-olds have nice... That's probably more like a 6-year-old. Robo Justice blueprints has been added. I don't want to, like, mock anyone, because I have pretty bad handwriting. I have really small handwriting. Like, nobody can ever read mine. Makoto, big news! Big news! What's wrong? We found Kyoko! What? Is she okay? Where is she? Wait. I wasn't done. There's more big news. Robo Justice showed up, too. Robo Justice? It's Hiro wearing the costume. Anyway, as soon as you can, head to the pool on the 2nd floor. To think Hiro and Kyoko would turn up at the same time? Anyway, I have to head to the pool. I ran off on the 2nd floor as fast as I could. Okay, good. At least they teleported me. Let me just swim across the pool here. Like, what the hell? Dots. Kyoko and... Like, phew, man. I had the worst day. Dots. Hiro? Uh-oh. Hiro? Like, hey, dude. Who else would I be, man? That's a good question. Like, what? Why do I look like this, man? What? Did something come along and remodel me while I was sleeping, man? Was it like the Illuminati? Dots. What the fuck is going on? I found Hiro. He was jammed into the pool locker room. It looked like he was fast asleep, so I kicked him and woke him up. I still can't believe you kicked me, man. You could have been a little more gentle about it, like, I don't know, caress my face or something. That's creepy. Anyway, Kyoko, where have you been all this time? You just disappeared all of a sudden without a trace. There was something I had to check up on. What do you mean? Never mind. I can't never mind. Never mind. More importantly. She says that, but does she have any idea? Does she know people think she might be spying for the mastermind? First of all, Hiro, you need to explain to us why you're dressed like that. Oh, well, I mean, I have no idea, man. 1 second I was asleep, don't even know how that happened, and then I woke up and I was like, here, man. I don't care. Do something about that costume. It pains me just to look at you. Well, you see, I don't know what's up with this thing, man, but I can't actually get it off. Like, a little help, man?
Why would you make something like that? Why would you make something like that you can't take off yourself?
I didn't make this stupid freaking thing, man! There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. Looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help him. It took everyone's help, but slowly we were able to get Hiro out of the suit. It took a few minutes, but eventually we got all the pieces off. Like, phew! Free at last, man! Isn't it kind of weird how perfectly the suit fits Hiro?
More importantly, more to the point, nobody but Hiro would be able to wear that costume.
Like, wait, what? Like, hold on a sec, man!
Don't bother trying to act innocent. The blueprints were in your room as well. In other words, it is obvious to everyone that you made this costume.
That's true. I saw the blueprints myself. Yeah, me too. But are they really his? Then it's obvious the one who put this costume on and went around attacking everyone was Hiro!
Shall we tie him up and gag him?
Good idea. We wouldn't want him killing anyone else. Like, to tie me up, man? Hold on, guys. I think that's going a little far.
He may be the suspect, but he deserves fair treatment.
Like, yeah, I mean, attacking? Blueprints? Like, man, I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Like, zoinks! You can't talk your way out of this. It's been decided. You killed them. Like, what? Killed him? He has no idea. He has no freaking idea what's going on. He didn't do it. Exactly my point. Somebody knocked him out and threw him in that suit. There's no way he did it. He has absolutely no clue what we're talking about. Like, what? Killed who? I have no idea what you're talking about. Like, there must be a fake hero running around, man. Like, there's no, I get it that, like, before he was showing, like, that he can somewhat lie convincingly, but right now, like, he's just too stupid to, like, act calm. Like, I definitely feel like he does not know what is happening right now. So he was knocked out the whole time until Kyoko woke him up. So he was unconscious in that suit. And obviously, like they said, why would you make something you can't take off? It's definitely not Hiro. You're the one who can wear this costume. So who else could possibly be the costume attacker? Like, how do you know I'm the only one? Maybe you should try it yourself before you convict me, man. Fine. If you're going to be a jerk about it, I will. Without missing a beat, Hina started putting on the Robo Justice costume. See, look. See how loose it is? I mean, come on. I'm blind as a bat in here. I can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing. Like, I'm telling you, man, it wasn't me. And not to mention, you can't totally bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight. Like, that's not a very nice thing to say, man. I mean, it's not like I made it. I just got caught up in the moment, man. Either way, now we know for sure, right? I mean, it seems pretty clear that nobody but Hiro could have fit in this dumb costume. In a huff, Hina took the suit back off again. Well, now you're out of excuses. Like, no, see, because you're a girl. If it was another guy, then... Makoto, go ahead. Okay. Against my will, I packed up all the pieces off the floor and tried putting them on. It's no good. The arms are too long. There's no way I can wear this. See? I told you it's impossible. Well, obviously you're asking the shortest guy to put it on. Do you realize how short he is? I went back in the... He's like 5'3". I'm 5'3". Hiro's like 6 foot. That's a whole 7 inches of difference. Like, that is a big difference. Oh, okay. You know, don't take it in that direction. The pervy direction, all right? I mean 7 inches in height, okay? Height. All right? Cool it.
You were absolutely right. It seems this costume was made to fit Hiro's body exactly.
Like, then there's another costume. They must have one that looks the same, but it fits them.
If you insist that this line of defense, then show us some evidence.
Like evidence, man?
You claim that there's another suit, yes? Then you must find it and show it to us.
Like, what the heck, man? Who cares? Here's the only one without an alibi during this whole thing anyway. Maybe because he was unconscious the whole time. Just saying. Which is how we know it was him. Like, I mean, is that really true, man? I have no idea what's been happening. Could someone, like, tell me, man? Robo Justice costume. Dots. She looks like she's lost in thought. I don't think she's in the mood to talk. I better leave her alone. Alright, well, maybe I'll help Hiro out. I'm like, if you tell me what's going on, how am I supposed to understand, man? Like, I think I figured out that someone's been killed, right? Like, hey, Makoto, who was it, man? Well, 2 people were killed, Taka and Hifumi. Like, what? 2 people? Why are you freaking out? You did it. Like, I did not, man. Like, wait, hold on. If those 2 are the ones that were killed, man, that's it. I know who did it, man.
You may as well tell us then.
Taka and Fumi were fighting over alter ego, right, man? Which means alter ego and or Chihiro must have done it, man.
I see. That is unfortunate.
Like, huh? Unfortunate? Stop trying to trick us. Just admit you did it, okay? Like, I'm telling you, you got it all wrong, man. Like, I know the note, man. Note? Like, last night, someone slipped a weird note under my door, man. And here's what it said. I found the hole, maybe we can escape, man. Like, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet up in the rec room at 1 a.m., man. But the last thing I remember going into the rec room, then for some reason I fell asleep. The killer probably drugged me or something. Actually, I believe that. I think he's telling the truth. I honestly do. At this point, he wouldn't be lying. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what happened, and he's just been unconscious this entire time. That's why he didn't know what the hell was happening. Not a chance. No, hold on. He could be onto something. The nurse's office did have chemicals that could do that. What? Really? Like I told you, someone's trying to set me up, man. A secret passage, a chance to escape. Someone wrote a note to trick me, man. Even if that's true, you must be one dumb fish to bite every piece of bait that floats in front of you. Like, well, after being trapped here for so long, even if you know it's a lie, you gotta check, right, man? Like, they preyed on my desire to get out, man. They deceived me. I still don't buy it. Well, you should buy it, man. Okay, then show us that note. With pleasure. I have it right here in my my pocket. Dots. Looks like I lost it, man. Yeah, sure. Like, please, you gotta believe me. I wouldn't hurt a fly, man.
As I said before, if you want us to believe you, you must produce evidence. Can you show us this note? I have no particular issue with what you claim, but if you want us to believe you, give us a reason.
Like, what the heck? For serious? Yashihiro's account. Now then, shall we resume our investigation? There's no time to waste before the class trial begins. Why do we need to keep investigating? We already know who did it. Why? Why did you kill them? Tell us, Hiro. Like, no, it's like I said, man. Was it really to get the money Monokuma offered us? Yeah, that must be it. You must be totally broke, and that's why. Like, wait, that's false accusations. Someone help me, man. Just be thankful we haven't bagged and gowned you. If you have the time to yell and carry on, you have time to search for evidence, right? Like you're right. I need to look for the second suit in that note, man. Feet don't fail me now. I guess I better go back on guard duty. I was gonna ask Toko or Genocide Jack to switch me. But if she and Sakura got into a fight, we'd have a catastrophe on our hands. Well, bye. One by one, everyone peeled away. Makoto, do you have a second? Huh?
I want you to help me with the investigation. It looks like I got to a late start on this one, so I need to make up some ground. Dots. Sure, I don't mind helping you, but, you know, can you start, like, being straightforward with me? And stop, like, hiding everything? Listen, girl, I just want your toes. I need you to be straightforward here. But can you promise me something? Later when we have time, will you tell me why you disappeared? No. To reject me so simply. Anyway, I need your help. You don't mind, do you? Okay. God, I'm so she's just like stepping all over you, man. Like, no, fuck you. Maybe I'll keep it all to myself. Fuck you. Yeah. Why do you gotta be so stuck up right now? Our lives are on the line, and you're like, no, screw you. I'm not gonna tell you anything. It's like, then why do I need to tell you everything? Sorry. Let's just continue. Thanks. Now then, shall we?
No.
So, Makoto, first I'd like you to examine the corpses. Examine the corpses? I can't believe I'm hearing that from a girl at the same age as me. Dead bodies don't lie, you know. They tell the truth far more easily than the living. Wouldn't you agree? How am I supposed to answer? Anyway, we have to hurry before the class trial begins again. Yeah, you're right. Okay, then show me where the bodies are. They're in the repository. Then I guess we should head that way for now. Man, they're actually making me do a lot of walking. There's just way too much walking. Gonna take a sip of my brand name beverage. That's the stuff. I'm raring to go now. Hifumi and Taka. For a moment, Kyoko seemed to go rigid, but only for a moment. Well then, let's get started. She crouched next to Taka and without hesitation began poking and prodding at the bodies. The Monokuma file was right. They were killed using similar weapons. Her movements were so smooth. She was so calm. I think we're starting to get the gist of her ultimate ability, folks. Being able to figure out crimes, touching bodies. I think it's pretty obvious. Seeing how comfortable she actually was made me feel a little more comfortable. Wait, hang on. Wait, what? Makoto, I found something. You did? You remember the wristwatch that Taka always wore on his left hand? He did? You were so oblivious to the people around you. Do you dislike other people that much? No, it's not that. Anyway, you said he had a watch? Take a look. It's broken. You can see the hands aren't moving right. It's most likely they broke when his encounter with his assailant. And if you notice, the hands are frozen at just past 6 o'clock. So that would mean the watch was broken sometime just after 6. But last night, Taka's watch definitely wasn't broken. Hey, you! How long are you to keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice pierced the air and started pointedly at his wristwatch. Fuck. I'm sorry, I can't read right now. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know? Bedtime for all the little boys and girls. Yeah, brother. I just realized I gave him that voice. Come on, brother, we gotta get to bed, brother. So if you worked at 10 last night, it couldn't have been broken by 6 p.m. Meaning it must have happened at 6 this morning. Broken wristwatch has been added. So are you saying that's when he was killed? Interesting. And that's not all. Look at Taka's left hand. He appears to be gripping something. You're right, there's something white in there. Can you try and pry it out? Me? Rigor mortis. Got that rigor mortis setting in. Rigor mortis has already set in. Boys are better suited to that kind of manual labor, right? Okay. As much as I didn't want to, I grasped Taka's cold hand. The ice cold hand was nearly enough to cause my heart to stop beating. In some effort, I was finally able to free the object that was tightly clenched in his fist. A piece of paper? Was that all he had in his hand? Yeah, that's it. Just a little scrap of paper, doesn't it? Just a little scrap of paper doesn't seem like much of a clue, does it? I wonder about that. Kyoko then turned to Hifumi's body. Let's check Hifumi's body now. Perhaps he's left us with a few clues of his own. Kiyotaka's scrap of paper. So, did you find anything? I did. More than I expected, to be honest. Oh, Jesus. Look at this. A wad of paper? Hifumi had it hidden on him. Hidden? He He stuffed it in his okay. I mean, if that's the first place you're gonna check, girl. He stuffed it in his pants, so I can only assume he'd hidden it on purpose, you see. In his pants? Wait, so you... It was just his pants, not like his socks or something. Wait, what? Hold on! I think she's like trying to like, you know, pin me out that I'm a toes person, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh man, at least it wasn't his socks or something. And it's like, yeah, I know I like toes. Shut up, alright? Toes first, penis later, alright? I don't know what that means. Anyway, let's take a look at the paper. Go ahead, Makoto, open it up. When I look down, when I think of how it was stuffed down in his pants, it's like, it better be important, Hifumi, or I'll never forgive you for this. It better be important for me, I'll never forgive you for this. A note? I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m. That sounds very similar. Similar, but not exact. That's it. It's the same thing Hiro said when he was telling us the truth. Although it's not exactly the same, is it? Last night, like, someone slipped a weird note onto my bed door, and here's what it said. I found a hole that maybe we could use to escape, man. Like, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet up in the rec room at 1 a.m., man. In the rec room. The time is different. The time is different. Hiro told us on his note that he said to meet at 1 a.m. But the note that Hifumi asked... But the note they wrote to Hifumi asked him to meet at 6 a.m. Hold on. Just because Hifumi had the note doesn't mean it was meant for him. That's the scrap of paper that Taka was holding. Hifumi ripped it from him when the rigor mortis was setting in. You know what I'm saying? Huh? Part of it has been torn off, right? I think there's likely some meaning here. There's some meaning to the part of it being ripped. Could you maybe explain a little more? Think carefully. Why would they have been clutching that scrap of paper so tightly? I have no idea. What if it wasn't just a scrap of paper when he was holding it? What if it was something more important? And how would something important like that become a mere scrap of paper? That's where your answer is. The note Hifumi had. And while we're at it, I should tell you one other thing. The two victims this time definitely had their e-handbooks on them. So the handbooks have nothing to do with how the murders were carried out. Not that there were any reason to think they were connected to the killings in the first place. So you're saying I don't have to think about the handbooks this time, right? If you didn't have to think about them at all, I wouldn't have gone out of my way to mention it. All I said was they weren't used to help carry out the murders. There may come a point, however, where the handbooks may play a role. A handbook may play a role. I don't think I understand. But if Kyoko thinks it's important, I better keep it in mind. Uh-oh. It's trial time. Are you excited? Are you pumped? It's time for the clash trial to begin. Like the bright bursts of fireworks, like the flash of a soul clashing with life and death. And so, without further ado, everyone please meet at the usual spot. Make your way to the red door on the first floor of the school. Oop, boop, boop, boop. See you soon. It's unfortunate, but I suppose this is where our investigation comes to an end. You'll have to figure out the rest for yourself and come to a proper conclusion. Yeah, you're right. Well, we better get going. Okay. Okay, understandable. Have a good day. Everyone had heard Monokuma's proclamation, and we gathered by the red door. And as soon as we were all there... Whoa, what the hell? Hello, hello, hello! He's multiplied? Nope, not multiplication. It just looks that way because of an illusion. I'm moving so fast it only looks like I've multiplied. Can you guys tell which one of us is the real Monokuma? Can we just get in the elevator already? You're not playing along. We're not here to play with you. Okay, fine. Then if everyone's here and ready to go, please board the pain train, elevator. I'll see you guys down there. Okay then, shall we? That's like straight out of what is it? Assassination Classroom, where like Koro Sensei is like able to like teach everyone because he's super fast or whatever. because he moves at like Mach 10 speed or whatever. Like, hold on, I'm not mentally prepared yet, man. You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore, Hiro. You're gonna pay for your sins. Like, I already told you I didn't do it for serious, man. That reminds me, did you ever find that other costume or the note? Like, well, no, but how unfortunate. Then it would seem we have our culprit. No! This isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when we get to the courtroom. She's right. Let's get down there first. Then the story can really begin. Yeah, good idea. That's right. I have to do it. I can't let whoever killed Ifumi and Taka get away with it. For everyone who's still alive, and for the 2 who lost their lives. The only one who killed Ifumi and Taka, the one who killed Ifumi and Taka, the one who killed the 2 of our friends. The killer is someone right here. I took one last deep breath and exhaled slowly. I began to walk toward the elevator. Once everyone was aboard, the doors closed on their own, and the steel box began to move. And there's like nobody now. Everyone's like dead. There's another one. The clunking of the elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. There was no going back. Until we settled all this, we couldn't go anywhere. It looked like Hina was wearing elf shoes there for a second. I may have to go back and pause that, but like, I swear to God, she had like elf shoes on or something. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator doors slid open, opening up to a cruel fate. Oh, I actually like this setting. Well, I see you all gathered together like this. I realize just how few of you are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax. Only because of you. Like, why? Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other, man? Like, what? Do you really hate me so much? But I'm so cute. Stop goofing around and begin the trial. Don't rush me. Of course I'm gonna start it. I would never be like, stay tuned for the action-packed class trial after this commercial break. I'd never go. Oh, actually, I would. I'd never hold out on you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get in your assigned seats. And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Would you like to save? Hell yeah, brother. And also, I'm going to end that one there, so that way we can get into a full action-packed episode of a class trial. Hope you all enjoyed that episode. That was actually a good one. This is honestly one of like my favorite trials, at least in this game. Maybe not like out of all the games, but this is definitely my favorite one of this game, just because like there's so much to it, and like it really requires you to like go back and look at like the daily life and like remember things that happen in daily life to put it into like the actual trial. You'll see that in the next episode. But hope you all enjoyed, and hope to see y'all in the next one, baby.